Yeah, so I don't know. I guess my grandfather was Francis Crocker. He built the Palm Springs Tramway, and I remember, like, as a little kid, he used to tell us that, you know, it's really hot down on the valley floor, you know, Palm Springs, and it gets rather toasty up there. And he's like, he always wanted to, you know, go up to the mountains and let people cool off, you know. And he, you know, had a dream, and he took care of it. You know, he built it, even though he didn't go to the opening because he didn't like Governor Brown at the time. But yeah, so where I am today, I'm here in front of McDonald's waiting for my girlfriend to come back from wherever she's at. And it sucks. Like, I can't find a place to live because I got evicted, kind of because of my girlfriend, but not really. She used to come over. We both worked nights at one time. We both had full-time jobs. I had a stock portfolio. You know, she had worked 2 jobs, and you know, yeah, it was just, we were doing good. And then, like, the lady didn't like me that I lived with. I was subleasing from somebody, and she wound up, like, wanting her nephew to move in. She's from Germany, and she wanted me to move out 3 months prior to my lease being up. And I was like, listen, I work nights, I don't have time to look for a place, and I'm just not going to do that, you know. And she kind of made my life really difficult. Started, like, doing little petty things, locking me out of the laundry room, like constantly try to get a key to my apartment. You know, I changed the locks because I didn't feel comfortable with her around. And she was always just trying to get a key to my apartment. I just didn't, like, you know, feel comfortable with that. But fast forward, I show up at court for the eviction process, and it was Judge Volkman here in Santa Cruz Court. And Judge Volkman just happened to be the same judge who sent me to prison for a felony evading that I had here in Santa Cruz, you know. And he didn't listen to any evidence I had. He didn't care, you know. He was just like, he was actually laughing and joking with the lady's attorney, something about how they're, you know, I had a feeling that they were golf buddies, and I kind of knew I wasn't going to get a fair shake of things, you know. And I didn't, you know, so now I have this eviction on my record, and even though I can, you know, I have, my rent would be fully paid for, and I still can't find a place. I can't get anybody to rent to me. And, you know, I was living out of my car recently. My car broke down, so, yeah. Now I'm kind of fucking just wherever I can stay, you know? That's pretty much it, with whatever I can carry. I mean, I used to pride myself on, like, having my tools, my welders, and all that stuff, and my little lathe and stuff like that. And I don't have any of that no more. You know, within a year, I went from, like I said, having a decent amount of money in the bank, having, you know, I would spend the last bit of my paycheck on stocks. You know, every week at the end of my pay period, I would, you know, take whatever I had left over and just, you know, buy stocks. Not a lot, just whatever, you know, but it adds up, you know. And yeah, Tesla screwed me. Why did you buy fucking Twitter? I don't know why, Elon. It's crazy. But
it's pretty funny though.
What, him buying fucking Twitter?
Yeah, I mean, even if it was a little bit risky, I think it was worth it just for how funny it was.
Well, it wasn't funny when fucking Tesla stocks are fucking in the hole right now. I mean, I lost like 60% of my portfolio was Tesla, and that ate a big ass chunk. He needs some rolling papers. You got rolling papers for him?
No, I got it.
You found them?
I don't want to sit around trying to.
Oh, that's not a joint. What is that?
That's a joint.
That's a pinner. Oh, that's a comb. That's the end of a comb. That's just the end of a comb. you know. But yeah, no, it's Santa Cruz is not what it once was. You know, we have currently we have the DEA here, and they're trying to give people 100 years for substances that I feel the government is responsible for. You know, the whole opioid pandemic, epidemic.
Not one government, two governments.
Two, maybe three, because you got China in there too.
There you go, man.
Yeah,
Hey, you're educated.
That's
you're
where all
educated.
the shit's produced, because they have no regulations. They don't care what they send over here to kill us. I mean, they have, what, a 3 million man army? The more of us they can kill, the less of them they have to fight at one time. Or in the near future, whatever.
Wow. You know what's up. You know what's up. Have you heard of the book Unrestricted Warfare?
No, I have not. Wow. I have to read that. What's it called again?
Unrestricted Warfare.
Unrestricted Warfare. I have to get that one.
It's surprisingly not as popular as you would think it is for a book of such controversy.
Magnitude, yeah. It's. I mean, like I read a book, The Beginning of the End, or End of the Beginning, something like that. But it was it's basically like what would have happened if Japan followed up with a land attack when they attacked Pearl Harbor. Like how much further would they have been able to push into the mainland if they got Pearl Harbor, you know, as a foothold for, you know, their airplanes and all that stuff like that. And I thought that was a really like mind-opening book. Like, damn, they were basically like they still had the same like internment camps. I mean, we had internment camps. We took the Japanese citizens that were American citizens and put them in internment camps because we thought they might be spies and shit like that. But almost kind of like the same thing we did after 9/11 with our, you know, our Middle Eastern population, you know. And I wonder who's still in Gitmo now, you know. But no, I don't know. Like I said, they're. I see people around here and they don't even know their name anymore. You know, and they're just standing there and they're completely bent over, standing up. And it's like, it's a wonder they don't fall over. But me and my girlfriend kind of laugh at it, but it's not really a joke. Like, it's people's lives are being lost every day.
They could be stretching for yoga.
No, I don't think so. There's no downward dog. But, I mean,
they need to get sober, and I feel like the government needs to
they need to own up to their part of it.
Own up to their part, right, and realize that these people, they need help, and you ain't helping them by giving them checks and being like, okay, keep on getting high.
Keep fucking up, yeah, basically. I know that somebody was telling me about this program where, like, they make you, like, get on methadone, they make you like get a job, and they make you do certain things in order to get benefits, you know. And it's like, cause I mean a lot of people like especially after severe like years of severe drug use, they're not all there mentally, and they can't, like, hey, when you get older you can't learn as fast as you used to. Your brain's not as elastic, and like, so they can only have but such a, you know, but a certain high-paying job. Like, they can't have, you know, they're not going to become electrical engineers. You know, at 50, 60 years old, after 30 years of drug use, you're not going to become something where you can make $100,000 a year. I mean, I heard $120,000 in the Bay is poor now. You know, you need almost $500,000 just to buy a house out here. Like, you know, in the housing market, forget about it. Like, I'm renting a room. I'm about to rent a room for $2,500 a month. A room.
Is there at least a bathroom?
There's a bathroom.
A kitchen?
Currently there's no kitchen. I have to help the guy build it. There's no sink. There's a refrigerator. That's it. Toaster oven and a microwave.
So you got to help the guy build stuff, and you have to pay rent.
And then I have to pay $2,500 a month to live there.
That sounds miserable.
It's not that bad. I don't mind building things. I like working with my hands, and like, I haven't worked in about a year. I got into a car accident. I hurt my back. And so yeah, I've been out of work for about a year now. So just doing something like that, something that I'm actually going to use, is pretty rewarding, you know.
And where are you going to stay tonight?
I'm probably going to troop to where my car is on the west side and sleep in my car again, where I've been for the last 6 months. But I can't drive it. I can't work no more. We were doing Uber Eats for a while, but we can't drive it because we broke the axle. So, you know.
Do you feel hopeless being out here, given that you had so much going on in life and now you're out here? Does it feel like sad, depressing, or anything like that?
It's depressing because, like, the other day was my daughter's birthday. She just turned 9. And I really feel like I'm letting her down. Like she's an only child. Well, she's an only child. I have other children that are grown, but she's an only child, and she's like, you know, she has a dad who's fucking stuck out here, and she worries about me all the time, and it's just like, you know, she's like almost like trying to be like a parent figure, telling me, Dad, you need to go get therapy. Dad, you need to do this. You need to do that. And I'm like, you know, Olivia, like, you're a kid. You don't need to be thinking about this stuff. Like, you should be having fun, and, you know, like, it's just, I don't know, it sucks, you know? So I don't like having the fact that I spent the first 4 years of her life homeless, and now she's 9, so 5 years later I'm homeless again. So it's just it's no one's fault but myself, I guess. I don't want to blame anybody really for the things that I've done that have gotten me where I'm at today, but something in the system isn't right. I'll tell you that much. But yeah, I don't know.
So how did this path start? So I understand, you know, there was the police incident where you got pulled over, and then there was the eviction, and you were working while you were evicted, right?
Yeah, I was working. I worked for, yeah. After that, I got another place in Boulder Creek, but it was just like, I wound up getting an arrest because my girlfriend likes to argue loudly. You know, I guess.
She likes that?
Well, I don't know if she likes that, but I feel like she didn't want me comfortable.
Whoa.
She was mad at me.
Well, okay, this seems toxic. I would not like that at all.
Kind of really toxic.
I think I would be like, hey man, I don't like being yelled at.
I don't.
But that's the thing. It always seems so simple and common sense until you're in that position. It's tough.
It's still going on. I guess I'm still with her, and it's kind of like, I just don't. Like, that's another thing. Like, I have people who are willing to help me. I have friends that work for the county, and they're just like, dude, like, we're not going to help you if you're still with her. Like, we can't help you get a place if you're just going to lose it because your chick's flipping out because you talk to your baby mom. It's like, it's I don't know. It's a lot of shit, and it's like, I'm there still because I understand her childhood trauma. Like, she had it as rough as I had it, you know, just in a different level, you know? And, like, I mean, her grandparents made her eat her fucking own throw up, for crying out loud.
What?
Yeah. Down in Mexico. She threw up the food that they gave her to eat because she doesn't like it. She doesn't drink tea. And she threw it up, and they made her eat her throw up.
Oh my goodness.
So they made her eat where the dogs urinated and defecated, and, you know, and a whole bunch of stuff, you know. But so yeah, so I understand her, you know, but that's not an excuse for somebody mistreating you, you know. There's no excuse for that. Like, and I'm constantly blamed for it, but
wow.
It's always what I've done, not the other shoe, you know. But
well, you know what they say: less money, less problems; less girls, less problems.
yeah.
Except, I don't know. I shouldn't be talking about money because I know that's not the case.
Yeah, I'd rather get laid and have a few problems.
Really?
Personally. Like, I know there's a good one out there. there's gonna be a good one out there. You know, I'm not over the hill yet. You know, so
It's a curse being a man.
it's a curse being a human and being here. And now, like, everything that they're saying in the news, like, fuck, we never went to the moon. There's some type of fucking firmament that's blocking us from getting into outer space. Like, come on, man. I don't know. The world seems to have lost its way in a big way. No lights. You're gonna get pulled over. Like, the world has definitely lost its way. People have lost their way. And I think it kind of, I'm not religious, but I kind of feel like the whole Tower of Babel story is being repeated. Like the Tower of Babel, that they all the people got together and they're trying to reach heaven. And they built a tower to reach heaven, but God struck it down and separated us and made us speak different languages so that we wouldn't try to reach heaven again. I think we're trying to reach heaven, and whoever's up there doesn't like it.
Have we lost our way? Or maybe is it that we've always been lost and just now we've had corruption hit all-time highs, so we have higher amounts of unhoused people. It's a horrible housing market in general. Plus we have social media, so we can share all the unknowns of the world and all the horrible things, all the good things, mixing together for like a more toxic brew. Like, what do you think it is? Because I feel like we've always been bad. I feel like it's the corruption right now.
Social media is probably the bane of our existence, because social media, what it was supposed to be was to bring us together as a society, and it doesn't do that. It lets us fucking, you know, the whole cancel culture and everything like that. It just lets us like be that much more horrible towards our fellow person. Like, you know, somebody says the wrong thing on fucking TikTok, and next thing you know, they got 900,000 people trolling them. You know, it's like, what the fuck, dude? Like who trolls a fucking 7-year-old kid, for crying out loud?
Well, hey, people have always been cruel. I mean, come on, our ancestors used to do, you know, child sacrifice.
Yeah.
Now we have a culture that has allowed it to come back in a way.
In a way, yeah. We're back with the fucking let's marry a 14-year-old bullshit, and like, that's fuck, I don't know. There's I understand, like, everything that has been done will be done again and again and again and again, you know, and there's no new story out there. You know, there's no new story out there. It's always the same thing repeated. It's just, I just wish we could finally learn from our ancestors and learn from our history and, you know, make it better. Because, you know, people have been talking about, you know, having a better life for the next generation, and it just doesn't seem that way. It doesn't seem that way at all. It's like, fuck. This Gen Z shit is just, I don't know what the hell happened, you know? These I don't know what the fuck it is. It's just bad. I don't want my daughter to grow up in this life. Like, there's so many things that she regurgitates, and she's very smart. Like, she's very smart. And the things that she says and the things that she like, she kind of like values right now is not what I want her to value. So,
Who do you blame that on?
YouTube and her mother and myself. You know, she kind of like, I bought her a tablet thinking that it would help her, you know, learn more, and it's kind of, it did, you know, but it's also kind of like steered her in a direction where, like, you know, she goes crazy if she doesn't have her tablet, and she kind of says things that I like I'm appalled to even think that she feels that way, you know, like, you know, it's, I don't know.
To keep a kid pure away from technology, the education system, and just life in general, that is a whole, what would you call it? Like,
it's a conundrum.
Conundrum?
It's a conundrum. Because you want them to get their education, and you want to, like, especially because she's an only child, you want her to have those social interactions, but it's like she goes to school and she goes to a school that's mostly Hispanic, and it's like out in Watsonville, and it's just like she goes to school and they call her a bitch. Like, she's in 3rd grade, just going into 4th grade. Like, she shouldn't have to be like ostracized the way she has been either. And it's just like, and then it's like, that's the whole. You're getting me on a whole nother kick. Like, they don't do shit. Like, you tell the teachers, like, hey, my kid's being bullied. Like, they call her a bitch. Like, little boys are going up to her talking about, like, they're gonna beat her up and shit, and she she doesn't know what to do with that. And what I'm gonna just tell her, like, hey, someone puts their hands on you, you make sure that they don't get back up. And I don't want to send her to school like that. I don't want to have to, like, instill her the same things that I had to deal with. Like, being poor in America sucks for kids. You get other kids are vicious. You know?
That really hurts me to hear that the teachers don't do anything.
Not a fucking thing.
Because I hear that over and over again. I just have to wonder, how much can people really take? Because school should be a safe place. Nobody should be calling to our names. And if there's an accusation, I mean, they should really be sitting people down.
Because I thought, like, the first time it happened, they were kind of like, oh yeah, we're on top of it. We're going to talk to them and everything. Woo, woo, woo. And then it's like, Olivia, what's going on? How are things at school? It's the same. There's a little kid, the fuck was his name? It's Alfredo.
Alfredo pasta?
No, Alfredo was a kid. But he was just like, this little kid, whatever the little kid's name is, and she's just like, yeah, he's still picking on me. He's still, calling me names and calls me a bitch every day. And, he pulled my hair. I was like, well, maybe he likes you, because boys do that at that age. And she's like, no, he doesn't like me. I know for a fact he doesn't like me, and it's like, I don't know. It's strange. It's just strange. But
I wish you the best.
thank you. I gotta find out where this chick is.